Hi, everybody. So, for today's installation of the Sergeant at Arms, we have to go back to election 2016 because Donna Brazile has written a book called, and I'm going to read this because I wrote it down, Hacks, the Inside Story of the Break-ins and Breakdowns that put Donald Trump in the White House. So we're not going to talk about Donald Trump too much because we talk about him a lot here, and we will talk about him a lot more going into 2018. But we do need to talk about Donna Brazile now. For those of you who don't know who Donna Brazile is, Donna Brazile was the interim chair of the Democratic National Committee. Her predecessor was Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who had been the DNC chair for a few years. She was pushed out amid scandal. And now the current chair is Tom Perez, who was elected thereafter. Her book is basically about Hilary Clinton being guaranteed the nomination, the Democratic nomination for President of the United States. Here's where I'm having difficulty with this book and with this position. As far as I know, everyone was on board with this, that Hillary Clinton made a deal. And the deal was, if I don't get the nomination, I'm not running. If I'm not guaranteed the nomination, I'm not running. I mean, I thought that was a given. She was very clear. And I'm going back to right after her and her husband left the White House, she went on Oprah, and Oprah said, "Are you going to run for president?" She said, "Absolutely not. I will not put myself through that again." And then I think shortly thereafter, she ran for senator from New York. Then we know after that she became Secretary of State, and then she ran for president. But I think even when she ran for president the first time against Barack Obama, I think she said, I want to be sure I'm going to get this nomination, but they didn't guarantee it to her. So I think this time she said, no, you're going to have to guarantee to me that I'm getting this nomination, which is why there were so few contenders for the Democratic nomination. Because there were, what, three others, maybe? A total of four, her and three other people, I think there were. So I'm a little I'm a little bewildered that anyone is even bringing this up as a question mark, because it wasn't a question mark. Now, two, Donna Brazile, I've never known her to be anything other than a staunch Clinton supporter. Whether it was Bill Clinton or Hillary Clinton, she was always such a Clinton supporter. So it's a little suspicious to me that now she's written this book where she talks about everything was skewed toward Hillary Clinton and that maybe there was some unfairness where Bernie Sanders' campaign was concerned. Well, yeah, there was unfairness where his campaign was concerned, but that was a given going into the situation, knowing that she had made a deal. And so I'm not sure if this is Donna Brazile attempt at absolving herself or removing any doubt. I'm not sure what that is, but I was sure that that's why Hillary Clinton ran. There's also some suggestion in her book that once she was put in temporarily, Hillary Clinton had an episode at the beginning of September where she almost collapsed. We remember that. And the suggestion is that around that time, Donna Brazile was making the potential suggestion that maybe Hillary needed to be replaced, and the possible replacements were Joe Biden or Cory Booker. So, well, we don't know what the outcome would have been had that happened. Maybe it would have been some completely different than what we have now, because what we think we know about Hillary Clinton's candidacy is that she certainly was qualified for the position. I think it came down to a personality issue. We've talked about that before. People just didn't like her. People didn't trust her. And then, there's always the people who just don't want a woman to be president. So you combine all those things, and that equals her loss. None of those factors, I think, would have been a problem for Joe Biden. Cory Booker would have had we just had a black president, and so for people who didn't want another black president, that would have been a deterrent for him. But who knows what would have happened with Joe Biden? But anyway, I don't see that being an issue as well, because she was sick, she recovered, and that was that. And a replacement that late, that wouldn't have been a good idea. So I think it'll be interesting to see how things play out with this book, where Donna Brazile goes in the Democratic Party. We know the Democratic Party is in reconstruction right now. So it'll be interesting to see where this goes. But for those of you who have actually read this book, I have not read the book, and I probably won't, because I don't know that it has the kind of value that I would need to keep me engaged. For those of you who have read the book, send me some comments. Tell me what you think. Tell me how you feel about this whole suggestion that the election was rigged in Hillary's favor, or the nomination was rigged in her favor, because I'm not convinced. So I'm still tweeting with the president. I'm still sending out tweets that I hope are of value to you. So keep me in mind when you're on Twitter, and I will see you next time.